Hi guys, Alice Taylor down at Living Golf Academy, and today we're going to talk about an easy golf swing for senior golfers. Right then guys, so if you're a senior golfer or potentially somebody who maybe doesn't move as well as they have done in the past, age isn't always everybody's friend. It's definitely one of those things where you have to learn how to swing, how your body allows, or are there some little kind of cheats that you can get in there to help you move better? Right guys, so I'm going to run through 3 tests to see how mobile you are in 3 particular parts of your body that might be restricting your golf swing. If they are, we're going to show what you would do in order to just swing with that restriction, or maybe some little cheats as to how we can improve how you set up or what you think about in your swing to help you swing the club quicker and hit driver further than ever before, but most importantly, make it a really simple, repeatable golf swing. So guys, if this is your first time watching my videos, welcome down to Ali Taylor Golf. If you are enjoying the video and you don't currently subscribe, hit the button, ring the notification bell, and you'll get my videos as soon as they drop. But for now, let's get on with the video. Right then guys, so like I said, this video is very much aimed at senior golfers, but more importantly, maybe golfers who have just lost that little bit of mobility in certain parts of their body. We all want to get those drives out there as far as possible, and some of the things that we're looking for in that nice powerful golf swing would be on the way back. We're looking to make a nice big shoulder turn. We're looking to get the hands nice and high, and on the way down we're looking to clear the hips out of the way quickly in order to get lots of speed and lots of extension through the ball. Now this is great, and there's lots of videos out there about how you're going to do that, but a more important thing is actually, are you physically capable of actually achieving those 3 things? So I'm going to just run through a few little tests that I would like you to run through with me with the video. We're going to see how good your hips are, particularly the lead hip for that opening up through impact. We're going to see how good you are at the ability to turn your shoulders fully, and we're going to see how good you are at getting your hands nice and high. So we're going to start first of all with how good you are at turning your shoulders. So when a lot of guys turn their shoulders, what you see is obviously the hips need to move, but it's important to see how far your shoulders can turn before your lower body. So I want you to kneel down. Just going to isolate the lower body a little bit. Get a club across your chest, and then turn your shoulders. And what we want to see is how far you can turn. If you can't turn at least 45 degrees, where a lot of guys will see there's only a little bit of turn, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to create a huge shoulder turn by keeping your feet flat on the floor. So most guys will see that they're a little bit limited in how much they can rotate on the way back. So we're going to talk about that when we hit the shots first of all, but that's your first little test as to how well you can turn your shoulders. The second test is how flexible you are in order to get your hands high in your golf swing. So I want you to again stand side on. You can get your back touching the wall if you want, but staying stood nice and upright. We're going to get the arms nice and level, thumbs out in front, and we're going to raise our hands, not leaning back, staying straight, and see how high you can get your arms without the arms going out. So we don't want to do this. So we're going to go up nice. So for me there, I can get possibly just past my ears. So that's not a problem. But a lot of golfers that I see really can only get the hands so high in their golf swing. So that's the second test. And the final test is we're going to see how good your left hip is. So what we want to see is you're going to stand on your left foot, balance on your right toe, and place a club across your hips. And I want you to keep your left foot flat on the floor, and I want you to see how far you can turn your hips. So if you can turn your hips at least 60 degrees, that's great. But again, what I see with most golfers is as they start to turn their hips, their foot rolls, so their ability to internally rotate on the hip is very, very tight. So I hope you've run through the 3 stretches. If you have, comment below and let me know out of the 3 how many you passed. Most guys that I test that with will fail all 3. So I'm going to run through some little pointers now as to things that you can do in order to help. So the first one we spoke about was obviously the ability to turn the shoulders. So in the golf swing, we know about trying to make a nice big shoulder turn, but a lot of guys talk about trying to keep that left foot planted on the floor for stability. Now, if for argument's sake, you were one of the golfers who really struggles turning, by keeping your left foot planted on the floor, you're only going to be able to turn your shoulders so far. So let's hit a shot and just see how that goes. So it'll feel very short, my backswing. Hit it fantastically well. Very low. And we can see a pretty good distance on that one. Now, one of the things we want to obviously be able to do is generate more speed to hit the driver further. So what we're going to do if you're somebody who struggles with that little test is as we swing back, we're going to allow that left heel to come off the floor. We're going to allow the right hip to turn back and the leg just to straighten a little bit more. And that's going to allow our shoulders to turn much fuller. And then on the way down, we're going to get that left foot back down and go. So what that's going to do is it's really going to increase our range of movement. So I have a little practice swing with that. That feels hugely longer and a lot quicker. So off we go. And again, completely different flights. And we see much longer carry and total. Okay, so if you're a little bit tight in how far you can turn your shoulders relative to your hips, allowing those hips to go a bit more by letting the left heel come up, letting the right leg straighten, that's definitely going to get you more speed and help pick up a little bit of distance. Okay, so the second test was how good we are at getting our hands nice and high in our golf swing. So if you were somebody who really struggled with that test, what we'll find is that you'll get to a point where that'll be good. And the only way you'll get your hands higher is you'll actually stand up out of posture, which will then create a lot of issues. So if you are somebody that is like that, we want you to feel that you're going to be a little bit shorter with the backswing. And again, if you can maintain your strike, that will get a decent distance and very playable. Now, for me, I see a lot of golfers who actually pass that test, but do actually swing very short. Now, what I'm saying with those is you're not going to stand up out of posture unless potentially the shoulder rotation, if you're a little bit tight. So what you could work on is try to feel that you get your hands much higher at the top of your backswing. That's going to give the club, again, more distance to travel, longer to accelerate, and potentially more speed, more distance. So let's try and get the hands as high as we can. Oof, that did feel quick. And again. Rip that a little bit to the right, but again, really good. So that's the second one, to try and maximise that distance. Now that final one was kind of, a lot of guys talk about that magic move that they see the tour players do. And it's that ability that on the way down to really turn that hip out the way. Now if you're somebody who's very tight in the left hip, I see a lot of guys stand very square with the feet. And what it means is either the foot's really going to roll through impact, or we're going to see a lot more lateral movement rather than actually a turning effect. So predominantly what you'll see with guys who are very tight in the left hip is there's no real extension on the way through. They can actually hit some very good shots still. That was great. But again, not really maximising what you could do. So, and this is, even though a lot of the guys on tour are fantastic, you see with a lot of the guys nowadays that because they're generating so much power, as they hit the shot, the left foot actually kind of comes off the floor and opens up. So if you are someone who's tight, as you try and rotate, you'll be limited. If you were to then open that foot out, that gives you a bit more range of movement. So what we're going to say then is at address, instead of the feet being straight, we're going to open that foot out maybe 30 to 40 degrees. That's going to give us more range of movement on the way through. It's going to allow everything to continue through and maintain that width. And if we can do that, again, we can really, really get that driver out there. But like I said, really key, try those 3 little tests I gave you. Implement some of those little changes and let's try and get some more distance off the tee. Right then guys, so you could see there some little changes we can make in order to improve your range of motion. It's going to get the club moving further, get the club moving quicker and get you hitting the ball further than ever off the tee. Not just aimed at seniors, like I said at the start, but very much at golfers who are maybe a little bit limited with their mobility. But we can definitely work around that and get you swinging as well as your body allows. So guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like and share it, comment below and I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you've enjoyed the content today, click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. Let's make sure you get my videos as soon as they drop. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you down here soon. Stay in contact.